So, Google just rolled out something that could make traditional chatbots look prehistoric. Imagine an AI agent that doesn't just guess the answer, it actually goes out, does the homework, verifies every fact, and only then speaks. Like a digital Sherlock Holmes but with zero ego and 24/7 availability. Introducing Google's newest full-stack AI agent. At its core, Gemini 2.5, Google's flagship model. Running the show behind the scenes. Langraph, the flow orchestration system that gives this AI brain a spine. It's not just a clever chatbot with fancy language tricks. This thing thinks, researches, and even knows when it doesn't know enough. And when it's finally ready to talk, the response reads like it came from an expert who actually cares about being right. Which, let's be honest, is not exactly the vibe we get from most AI right now. This isn't just a step forward. It's a full sprint. Stick around. Because what this agent does next might just change how we use AI for research, decision-making, and even daily life. And yes, it might make some AI influencers very nervous. Section 2, what makes this different? Let's get one thing out of the way, AI agents that browse the internet aren't new. But here's the catch, most browse modes are about as deep as a kiddie pool. They run a search, skim a headline or two, and spit out an answer like, based on some vague blog post from 2021, here you go. Not exactly confidence-inspiring. Google's latest AI agent flips that on its head. Instead of treating the web like a snack bar, it approaches it like a library. It breaks down your question into parts, figures out what it doesn't know, and goes on a mission to fill in every gap. It runs something called a search-reflect loop, a structured cycle where the AI checks, rechecks, refines, and only moves forward when it's confident in the answer. Think of it like a college student writing a term paper, except they don't sleep, don't procrastinate, and don't make stuff up to hit a word count. The result? Answers that read like research reports, not AI rambling. With real citations, real sources, real confidence. And let's be real, in a world full of AI hallucinations and half-truths, that level of precision feels like a breath of fresh digital air. Section 3, clean structure, powerful backbone. Now, let's talk about what's under the hood, because this isn't just about fancy answers. It's about how it delivers them. The interface is crisp, built for modern browsers. Lightweight, smooth, no weird lag, no bloated UI distractions. But the real action is behind the scenes. The front end and back end are totally decoupled, which means you can tweak, test, or reset one without nuking the other. For developers, that's a dream. Want to experiment with how the logic flows? There's a core Langraph file that maps it all out like a decision tree. Each node shows what happens, search, reflect, decide, and you can change it anytime. This modular logic isn't just smart, it's transparent. You're not just trusting the AI, you're watching it think, in real time. Even the error states are graceful. No crashes, no cryptic messages. If it gets stuck, it tells you why. It's like giving AI not just intelligence, but manners. Section 4, let's reset, quick thought experiment. Imagine asking Alexa, hey, what's the energy output of a thorium-based reactor under sustained load? You'd probably get, here's something I found on the web. Now imagine asking this new AI agent the same thing. It pauses. It breaks your question into parts, energy output, thorium cycle, sustained load. Then it goes to official scientific sources. White papers. Technical forums. Maybe even a government document or two. And when it replies, you get a detailed breakdown with diagrams and links to everything. This is the kind of shift we're talking about. If you've ever said, AI is cool, but can I really trust it? This is Google's answer. Section 5, how it handles complex queries. Let's get nerdy for a second. Say you ask, how does multi-stack HBM3 manage thermals under high compute loads? Most LLMs would throw jargon at you. Some might guess. Others just fumble. But Google's agent, first, it pauses. It decomposes your question into core concepts. HBM3 architecture, thermal regulation, real-world benchmarks under stress. Then, it runs targeted searches, not just once, but in a loop. Every result is evaluated. Does this answer thermal concerns? Does it cite credible benchmarks? Are the sources recent? If gaps remain, it refines and researches. Only after every checkbox is hit, does it respond. And that response? Readable, accurate, linked. You're not just reading an AI's best guess. You're getting something that feels peer-reviewed. In short, it's research-grade output from a machine that knows when it's clueless, and fixes that before opening its mouth. Section 6, Setup Simplicity. Yes, really. Here's where things get surprisingly human-friendly. Setting this up doesn't require a PhD in DevOps. Install Node.js and Python. Add your Gemini API key. Run a few commands. Done. The front-end loads in your browser. The back-end spins up with clear logs. And now you're talking to your own private research assistant. Customize the agent's thinking pattern. Just edit the Langraph file. Want it to write shorter summaries? Add a logic node. The feedback loop is tight. The latency is low. The power is yours. And for once, Google isn't hiding all the magic behind a paywall. Section 7, Deployment and Docker Domination. Now for the developers out there, yes, it runs beautifully under Docker. Front-end, back-end, logic engine, all bundled in a single image. Postgres handles persistent memory. Redis keeps live data fresh. One Docker Compose up and boom, full-stack AI research assistant, running locally. No juggling servers. No weird dependencies. And the best part? It scales. You can host this on your machine, your cloud instance, or, if you're brave, expose it to the world with rate limits and API guards. The whole stack is modular. Need custom tools? Plug them in. Wanted to use a different search API or model? Swap a node. You're not locked into some black box ecosystem. You're holding the keys. Section 8, Inside the Brain, Langraph Flow. Let's dig into Langraph. Think of it like a circuit board of logic. Each node is a decision point. One node handles search generation. Another checks whether the results answer the question. Another decides whether to reflect or proceed. You can edit any node. Add new ones. Chain together logic paths. Want it to run a medical literature scan before responding? Easy. Need it to check a company's 10K filing before summarizing? Plug it in. Langraph isn't just smart, it's insanely flexible. This makes the agent less like a chatbot and more like a thinking system. Section 9, Performance that actually performs. Now, you might be wondering, does all this thinking slow it down? Surprisingly, not really. Yes, it takes a few extra seconds. But that's because it's not rushing out junk. It loops smartly, only as much as needed. You won't see half-baked, token-by-token outputs like typical chatbots. It waits, gathers, then delivers a complete, polished result. And the logs? Goldmine. Every step is tracked. If something goes sideways, you know exactly where. It's like a Formula 1 car that comes with a full telemetry dashboard. Except this one can write technical briefs while it drives. Section 10, The Look, Tailwind plus ShadCN Polish. Here's something often overlooked in open-source tools, design. But not here. Thanks to Tailwind CSS and ShadCN components, the UI is sleek, dark mode ready, and just plain fun to use. Nothing feels cobbled together. No clutter. Just fast, functional design. Layouts respond instantly. Modal windows work beautifully. Color contrast is right on point. And if you've ever built internal tools, you'll love how much time this design system saves. No CSS rabbit holes. No bike shedding over font sizes. Just plug, play, ship. Section 11, Resilience, Memory, Security. This thing isn't just smart, it's stable. Redis ensures streaming tasks don't freeze. Postgres saves every session. Close your browser mid-research. Come back later, it remembers everything. Want to bolt on memory embeddings for semantic recall? Langraph is ready. Security's tight, too. API keys live in environment variables, never hard-coded. The Docker setup avoids exposing internal services. It's not flashy. It's just solid. Like a vault with really good manners. Section 12, Real Open Source Freedom. Here's the kicker. It's all open source under Apache 2.0. Fork it, remix it, sell it, embed it in your SaaS. No weird viral licensing traps. And the community? Already buzzing. Early commits from Hugging Face contributors. Talk of plugins. Evaluation tools. Custom search pipelines. This isn't a throwaway experiment. It's a foundation. A framework. A platform for real-world AI agents you can actually trust. Section 13, Wrap-Up. So, is this the future? So here's the big question. Is this what the future of AI looks like? Not chatbots that make stuff up. Not assistants that kinda guess. But real agents that think, search, and deliver. If you've ever felt left behind by the AI wave, this changes the game. It's real. It's usable. And it's ready now. So, would you trust an AI agent like this to research your next big decision? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, give it a like and hit that subscribe. Catch you in the next one.